the Meet the Brave podcast. I am Monty Draper. As promised, special edition episode this week. In the house today, my brothers, Grand Nationxl. Fellas, what's up?
Hey.
What's happening?
What's up with
Man,
you, blood?
I was gonna do how y'all do it, but I'm gonna do it. Introduce y'all to the far left. My brother DB. Crazy story about him. My cousin Jizzle McFly is like one of my favorite rappers of all time, and he moved back to the Bay before I did and put out. Was that not Jizzle, Miss Die? What was the tape y'all put out first? No, before Magnum GI. It was the first thing y'all put out when y'all got back. Something. It was
Shout out Magnum GI. I think I'm on that.
Yeah, but you don't. Yeah, but first thing I texted him was like, "Nigga, how you get a DB verse? I don't even know where DB." Like that was the first. It was a couple niggas I had to get on the song when I first get back, and I'm sitting on the couch with most of them. So it's fucking crazy. So DB's in the house, far right. Nigga that think he me is crazy.
There's no IGLG. What's going on?
hey, L was like, should I stay? I was like, Mo probably gonna get on your head. He's like, he almost stayed just for that.
Hey, man.
Crazy story about Mo. I remember getting, I think there was 07 or 08. You can correct me on the year. But that's like when all the blog shit started popping for like when I started really paying attention. And so literally the same day, the rappers I found was fucking Stally, Crit, and Mo Green. Mm-hmm. And I didn't even know I had hate in my heart until I'm reading the blog and it's like, oh, he from Vallejo and he not like they crowning him like King MC basically. I'm like, get the fuck out of here. How this nigga from where we from get to be that? You know what I'm saying? But you put on, was that
look where I'm at. Look where them niggas Stally and who else was that? Crit? Yeah.
Was that Rocky Maivia?
Was
that Rocky Maivia?
Yeah, Rocky Maivia.
That fucking tape though, like I got that shit and that was like, what do you remember what time of the year you dropped that?
It might have been around this time. I say around this time. I think it might have been 2009, 2010, maybe.
Okay, but we got that shit, and then that was the only thing I played for Hoop Road trips that season. That shit, and Crit was here got me through my sophomore season because I was fully about to drop out of school. I was so over that shit. To my immediate right. To my immediate right is the incomparable Brookfield Duece. I met Duece. I was working. I've had hella jobs, by the way. My last like serious gig was working sound for a staging company, and we got hired to do was a Dame Day. And I was Juice, so I'm looking at the lineup, and it's already gonna be lit. And I didn't even comprehend how many niggas I was gonna see that I knew. But I'm looking at the lineup for the stage. So we getting the mics ready, and it's like Brookfield Duece is gonna need 3 mics. So Duece roll up with hella people.
Stylistics.
Roll up with hella people.
How we looking?
And he just had his energy was on some rapper shit because he was like he said what's up, but it was more so like nigga give me the mic, I'm about to go burn this shit down. and family day picnics is hard to do because it's family. So these niggas they gonna be too cool. They not gonna fuck with you. I've never seen anybody command. It's basically that Juneteenth energy, like how it be people be there, but they not trying to watch the performance at all. Duece made the whole park come to the front of the stage and just rock out. Like, but mind you, hella niggas performed that day. Like niggas that was like on way more lit, had established name and shit, and I'd heard his name but never seen him. I was like, this nigga raw. Like that shit. I told you that story though. Like that shit changed everything because I was like, man, this is crazy because I know how hard that is. And I've seen 40 and a Click come out at fucking picnics and try to perform, and people don't buzz.
They didn't get up for sugar?
Man, you gotta get up for sugar. You gotta get up for anybody. You better get up for sugar.
You trying to tell me they didn't get up for sugar?
Oh,
man. Shout out to Sugar T.
That same day, I met Tony Gaskins. Tony Gaskins got me a meeting with TDE.
That's crazy.
That's crazy.
That's crazy.
That's crazy.
That's crazy. To my
industry list.
To my immediate left, the man that kind of made this all possible. In terms
Jesus. Man, I was listening to gospel all morning.
In terms of the conception of Grand Nationxl and why we're all here and sort of like coming together behind a collective notion. My big brother Kevin Allen. The funniest story though. 9th grade, biology. A homie hands me the CD and is like, "Yo, tell me what you think about this." And I'm listening, and it's cool. It's cool, and then out of nowhere, somebody starts snapping. I'm like, "Bro, who is that?" Like, man, that's Irk. You don't know who Irk is? Like, nigga, no. He gave me that Cali Fam CD, bro. And
Cali Fam, nigga.
Bro, I played that shit until it broke, but was just trying to study.
Never hear that name.
But
Nah, he brings it up all the time.
But was trying to learn the one person's rap, and then found out this nigga worked at the mall, bro, and was at the mall damn near twice a week, just trying to what was it, the phone store, nigga? You worked there.
Like I worked at probably 5 or 6 jobs. I worked at Macy's in the morning, like 6 a.m. the little bust down shift in the morning. Then Foot Locker. Then I had a job at the phone store, at the clothing store where they sold the Timbs and the boots and the Sean John shit. Anywhere they sold clothes and shit, nigga, I was working at that motherfucker, staying fresh, stealing, keeping it lit.
Gotta steal.
Like I need a size 88 Sean John jeans.
Man, I had to personalize it though. Fellas, what's up? Talk to me. What's going down?
Is this shit recording?
This shit is recording, bro. Come on.
I used to
man.
buy Gucci print from DB and put it on my Sean John jeans.
You know what I'm saying? Shouts out the plug.
The plug, big print.
So we recorded our normal Meet the Brave this morning, and as we were wrapping up the episode, we got the text that Grand Nationxl, Twice on Sunday is the name of the album, TOS1, is now, it was number 2 yesterday, but is now number 1 for pre-orders on iTunes.
Yeah.
Appreciate it.
I don't know, fellas. For me, this is like some dream come true shit. Like, not even on no like trying to be deep because it's a pod or whatever. Like, I literally have dreamt of this day, but at no point did I fathom like the reception and the outpouring to be crazy. Like on some diabolical shit, I thought niggas had enough of a following separately to put that shit together and kind of make it something. But sometimes that shit don't work like that. Like, I've done collabs, I've done features where you go, oh nigga, I got a verse from Suit, it's about to go up. And if that nigga don't repost or if his fans don't fuck with it, don't nothing happen. So it's not a guaranteed science. This shit is working. Somebody say something, bro.
What I'll say, I think me and DB hopped on the line yesterday just shooting the shit, and I think really what it is taking our hands off all expectations, like just making dope shit with niggas.
Facts.
No, it's none of that. Oh man, I think if we do this and this and that, there's no formula to it. It's the Wild Wild West. The internet took over everything. Yeah. Everybody got their own way of doing shit and finessing, and I think we just figured out a way to be genuine and just be real partners and real music fans and hip hop fans and really just make a dope project with no expectations. So anything that we getting from it is like, this shit is tight.
Man. Mo said something like right when we were getting ready to go into the mixing phase. Mo called right before we were doing an episode for the pod, and we were just shooting shit about the record, and Mo was like, this shit actually came out good.
Yeah, because you could do shit. It could sound good in theory, but then you do this shit and like, yo, this shit, like, I was trying to explain to somebody. It's like we set out to be like, are we gonna work on this album and it's gonna be this? It was kind of like, we kind of started approaching. It was like, yo, Thursday come to the lab. Niggas ain't never been in a room rapping together, all us together. Yeah, let's go rap together, do this shit. Then it started becoming something. It's like, yo, this shit sounded kind of tight. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's coming together. Because you could, like I say, you could be like, yo, this shit gonna be dope as fuck. And then it's just like everybody, somebody might be an asshole, somebody might be just on some bullshit. Everybody kind of just was fucking with it. And it just, you could hear it in the music how everybody was kind of fucking with it. And then us to put it out to the people, not even put it out, but just tell them what it is. I knew people was gonna like fuck with it, but I'm surprised as how much they get it. They kind of getting it. You know what I'm saying? I thought I was gonna explain it to more people and shit. I mean, did a couple new people I had to explain to them. This your new shit, nigga? It's 30 motherfuckers tagged on the picture, bro. Like, it's not my new shit. Like, you know what I'm saying? But it's like,
but kind of it is.
But it is though. It is, but it ain't. You know what I'm saying?
Part.
But it's like, it ain't just me now. It's like we all here now. You know what I'm saying? Because
I think all of that is just basically what everybody been talking about in terms of just the way we are. Like, if we were all in our 20s, this wouldn't work. Yeah. But like happiness in the world is accepting your place in it. You know what I mean? And like, none of us care about being on BET like that. Like, that's not our goal.
Yeah. Speak for yourself, nigga. They bring it uncut back, nigga. I don't know what you talking about.
Our goal is to make dope shit. So like,
tip drip.
Having that confidence in who you are, having the confidence in yourself, and you put everybody in the room, and it's like, yeah, these niggas is tight, but I'm tight too.
Yeah.
So that's kind of the whole thing about like you just put a bunch of wolves in there,
Yeah.
and then everybody's kind of like, all right, we know we all wolves, so I'm not about to let you gas me. I'm not about to let you gas me. So everybody going in there giving their A1, and we all been kind of under for a minute. So it's not like people just putting out stuff on a grand scale. It's like we've been sitting here. People have been waiting on us. We've been waiting on music to be created.
Shit, Monty busy, man. I'm trying to catch up.
Man, no, money is busy.
Like
I feel like
uncut,
it's a tree, and now we getting to be the branches. Like now, like having that real foundation was always missing. It's
Man.
always easy to jump around and fake fuck with niggas.
Yeah.
But it's different to be like, let's really put something together, and then let's really put it out, and whatever happens, happens. I got solo shit, niggas got solo, but so what? That shit don't work.
And the pressure and the ego is like all removed from it, because like we all had experiences where you got disappointed with music at one point in time, but now this ain't that. Like it's not one person's project, it's all of us, so it's not just on us to succeed or fail. We about to succeed no matter what, because we never did this. Nobody ever did this shit.
We already succeeded now.
Yeah,
Like,
we
we
did
just
it.
wanted to rap
We
good.
did it by putting it out. We wanted to rap.
We just
made
wanted to
good
rap.
ass rap songs, and now they coming out. It's a success already.
Well,
Real shit.
I mean, just like what's perpetuated and what's pushed on us is like the death of the rap crew, the death of the rap groups, and black people, black men especially, don't collaborate well. I'm gonna tell y'all straight up. This is I'll be celebrating my 10th year in this shit for real, like fully just music, and my best experience transactionally has been with like black men. You feel me? Like it ain't been no weirdness, no passive aggressiveness, like none of that bullshit. There's been an understanding culturally. There's been an understanding in terms of aesthetic and what we're trying to capture. And I always felt that if we could do this something like this, it would work. But what you're seeing, what we've seen consistently is like the power in a collective or a group. So we talk about the Soulquarians, we talk about the fucking Wu-Tang. You get further down the line, what the Rockefeller family tree is insane. Now, even further down from that, you look at Odd Future and what that family tree has been able to spawn. Now we're in the likes of Dreamville, TDE, Griselda. Even like people can't really even sleep on what OVO has spawned. I know we think of Drake, but the producers and songwriters that have come out of that camp. Why? And anybody can answer this question. Why? What is the benefit of continuing to perpetuate this sort of individual approach for creatives that are seeking success? Because you hear young people come up all the time, like, "What's the secret? What's the secret?" And
Ego.
Yeah, and intent.
Huh.
Like if you got selfish intent,
Yeah, you're gonna be to the neck anyway.
yeah, you
it's
gonna
like,
fall on that sword. You know what I mean? So
We don't. I mean, it's a self-hate. It's deep. It's a self-hate that black men have kind of taken on. That is, we trying to break it, of course, like individually, but together. But you really got to put your ego to the side and really say, do I want to make a dope album, or do I want to be the head of a and all that type of shit?
Mm-hmm.
Especially in the Bay, we get it out the trunk, independent, kind of like what our tag is. Like, we could be independent, but then what? Like, nothing
Then
great.
what?
I've never seen a dope album come together with just one nigga in the lab.
Yeah.
If I'm watching a big documentary or a Pac doc, it's packed in there.
yeah,
It's always packed in there. So how you make classics by pulling from people that you trust, musically, visually, and like sound engineers. Like, all these people play a part. So if you want to be a one-man band, you might want to go play golf or do some more other shit. But as far as this rap shit, man, I never seen it done with just one guy. Whether it be the Saint Lunatics or whoever the fuck it was. Like, it's always a cool niggas.
I see that was a big learning experience for me. I want to say in the last when was the Meek and Drake shit? How long ago was that?
The funk or the comeback to
No, the funk.
Oh.
That was 4 summers ago.
Wait, 3
It was at
years?
2016, something like
In the time range though, because I thought we would still be having the debates about who the best is, right? And the rumors had already been circulating about who was writing what, who was doing this, what whoop and whoop. When Meek started tweeting, I didn't even know I had changed like that. I was so annoyed. I was like, nigga, who gives a fuck? Like, my immediate reaction was like, who gives a fuck? Because bruh, not to diss him because he's an excellent songwriter, but if he could have had them hits himself, he would have kept them.
yeah.
And
Are you talking about Quentin?
Quentin.
Yeah.
If he wrote that whole album, he should have dropped that shit. Like simple as that. And but to your point though, I'm thinking.
Sometimes
They're gonna kick you.
No, but that's my point. Like you
leg,
just
nigga,
you know
go
where
for your
you know where they're gonna get. You know where it's gonna land. Where you know how much further it can go. But to the point of like, damn, I want to leave an imprint the way Death Row left something. Like if I could have the career fucking Corrupt had, or even the placements that a DOC had, like damn, that's part of some legendary shit.
Can I ask a question? And I don't want to start this comment, but you made me. I really want to know y'all thoughts. Did he go too far?
Did who go too far?
If you give me a line or an idea for a hook and we collabing on something, I appreciate it. Let's rock. I don't need to be like, man, ego about it.
Yeah.
But Blood had like the whole. It was like a lot.
Shit,
it was a lot that
There's
he.
some party
Quentin
shit that came
gave
out too, where nigga whole verse was like a party reference and shit.
And then he claims to be one of the greatest writers and rappers. So it's like, if you want to be Michael Jackson, cool. He didn't write all that shit, but he's still Michael Jackson. Cool. But don't say you're the greatest of all time, but you're not Prince, and you didn't write all that shit. So which one is it? Like,
what's ironic, that's the same shit that he got at Ye about. Like, how you...
Right.
And so, but to the
Which
point,
one?
Because that nigga, I think because he's shown he could do it, he felt like he could, at that point, be like, look, I already showed the niggas I could fucking write my own shit, write some dope shit. I came out the gate writing Alicia Keys song.
yeah,
fucking shit
Alicia
out the gate.
Keys, he got a couple
like,
Sade
hey,
placements.
man, I wrote this shit.
Some Beyonce
so
shit.
I need somebody else to come and fuck with me on some other shit.
I was faithful for 6 weeks. So what? Then I cheated a little bit.
That's what it is. That's what it is, bro.
I could do it.
That's what
So
it is.
sounds like you like. How you feel? Which
I
one?
memorized
If
Meek
we
Dish
talking
just
about
cuz
if
for the
Kendrick
fun of
came out, and it's clear Kendrick got hella help on his projects, hella producers, hella writers. We understand that. If Kendrick came out and had some verses that somebody else wrote on that motherfucker, but he talking about control verse and he the greatest rapper, we would no. We
What
would not
about
let that
Nas? We
ride.
let Nas slide too?
No, we not letting. I'm not letting. I know a nigga. One of my best friends was writing that shit. I'm not letting that shit just ride like I don't know that. Like nah, niggas be having help, and that's cool. But don't tell me you the GOAT though if you getting help.
Be honest.
Yeah, that's all I'm saying.
What is so we just the Last Dance doc. How many did y'all watch that shit? Like y'all tuned in for it?
Loved it.
I loved it too.
I cried on that shit, bud.
Yeah, but
I cried on that
emotional.
shit, but, you know. You feel me, bro? When Jordan was crying, talking about how
that's where I was
much
going.
he wanted that shit, and then he was just like, "Yo." Basically, like, if you wasn't fucking with that shit, I expect you to fuck with it how I'm fucking with it.
Yeah.
If you can't fuck with it, I can't fuck with you type shit. And I really sat on the fucking couch and was crying with that nigga, bro. Because I didn't have fucking shout matches with some of my best friends over shit like that. Like, nigga, do you want this shit? Like, because, nigga, I'm still fucking with it. Like, you know what I'm saying? I had shout matches with my partners like, bro, you so much better than what you are, but you just don't give a fuck to show niggas that how great you really are, bro. And nigga, when he did that, when I seen that shit, bro, I felt like I'm like, yo, am I Michael Jordan, nigga? You know what I'm saying? I felt like that nigga, bro. But now I feel like I'm with this Grand Nationxl shit. It's like hella Jordans in the fucking room.
Maybe that's
you
a
know what I'm
common
saying?
link too, because I think we all been in that situation as well, where you with partners or other people that you working with on this music shit. But they don't put in as much as you put in,
or even see him, or even know what they could put in if they really wanted to. Like Jordan was really pushing, punking niggas to pull the best out of them niggas. Like, bro, I know you could be this dope, so nigga, I'm on your ass. I need you in Game 6, nigga, like to do that. I had a whole
partner stop talking to me because I've talked about piecing up on a video for all of us.
Yeah,
I'm like, oh, DB asking for money. I ain't answering the phone. Like, nigga, come on.
I was just talking to Dame the other day about like how to approach people. And like business and music and sports and shit, and he was like, "Bro, success is aggressive. Like, it's aggressive. You don't hear the nice coach that just want everybody to play, winning championships, winning state titles in high school, winning going to the tournament. Like, it just don't happen. Like, you don't get a diamond if you just rub the charcoal. You get credit.
Period.
Niggas want to be talked to nice. Like grown men want to be coddled and talked to nice, and that's another reason why this wolf shit is so important to me, because wolves don't need none of that shit. I'm about to go get it. I'm not waiting at the door for the master to come home and feed me. I'm about to go eat when it's time to eat. I don't care if you didn't talk to me nicely and that's a good verse. That shit trash. Do it over. Like that, like period. And if your feelings are hurt, then you got an issue with your feelings. Like your mama didn't hug you or some shit. That's not the spot for no rapper and for no grown man. Like for me personally, like tell me that shit weak so I can go do it over. Don't sugarcoat it for me, bro.
You know what's crazy about what you just said is that we didn't have to have those conversations.
Shit. This nigga was on, maybe y'all didn't. When we was doing, I guess when we did Cousin Faith, it was just us in there. So that was nah, do that over, bro. Like say like and to his credit, and I want to give myself credit too. It's like damn, I appreciate that shit. Yeah. Like walking out of there and going like he not about to leave me, have me out here looking or sounding crazy. You know what I'm saying?
That's sonic perfection, though, bro. That's some whole other shit. You can't even use that song. Wait till y'all hear that shit,
man. But we don't get it if it's not like it was probably like 2 lines on there. I probably said at least 30 times, and I'm talking about like couple like just some punches. Like nah, get that shit right. And it wasn't even so much the pronunciation of it. It was the intent. Yeah. It's like, what are you trying to say? Mean that when you say it so I can hear it sonically. And I wanted to loop this back to the Drake and to the party and to the Quentin Miller shit and success being aggressive. Yeah. I for whatever reason, for the sake of progress, I don't know how to fucking denounce Drake and elevate the rest of these niggas who are just not outwardly, like the shit ain't out in the open.
Just don't know it.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Like once I found out fucking Cube had help.
Yeah, Dale was writing some
shit. Dale was writing shit. I was like, well, all bets are off there, my nigga. Like, I don't know what to think no more. I'm just glad we got the music. So I just had to completely pivot to that. And then the debates about the best, I've seen some of the nicest niggas just rap for hours. Like, nobody's fucking with Black Thought for me. And then that's the case.
He the best nigga. He's nigga. You can't not rap better. You can rap as good,
but you can't.
But you're not gonna be like, I'm better than this.
Lux and Black Thought to me
Facts.
Are lyrically like above a lot of niggas I've ever heard in my life.
Technical sound, the breathing, the control.
And content. And content. Yeah, Hov is the best. But as far as niggas that we don't already put at the best, niggas that get slept on.
But I'm talking about as far as just like, but nigga, I'm not gonna sit here and say like, all right, Hov is the greatest and shit. Right, but I'm not gonna sit here and say that nigga raps better than that nigga Black Thought. Now he might make a better song, do all this shit, but as far as just rapping, nigga, stand in front of this mic and rap, it's certain niggas who
I put Black Thought with anyone, you know. But again, we talking about GOATs. We can use Hov in that regard. We can use Black Thought in that regard. Andre 3000 at one point in the sort of structure in the ranking file of Dungeon Family was at the bottom. Yeah. Rico was like he wasn't even the best in the dungeon.
He couldn't have been. Not standing next to CeeLo.
Come on,
but he couldn't have been. But he worked harder than a lot of
everybody and took it serious. But and was getting his ass was getting whooped. Yeah, it was like, bet I'm gonna just get better. So it's more to people like that to their credit. You know, Hov standing next to Jazzo and just going like, damn. Mm-hmm. All right, then taking that style and was like, well, bet if I just do this and slow it down.
And Kane.
Man, and Kane.
With Kane for a minute. Hov and Kane are like 2 years apart. It's the funny part.
Which is crazy.
And we call Kane old school. Like,
I seen a picture of Big Daddy Kane with Madonna and came on the pool the other day.
Yeah.
And Madonna was busting it off. I said, this man is a G.
Kane came out hella young. So Hov came out a little older. Yeah. So it's like they generations is hella different. But them niggas only like 2-3 years apart age wise.
Well, so what it was for me is, bro, I was reading this shit about Ye and Push coming down when they was doing Dark Twisted Fantasy and Push coming down asking about the verse and he rewrote the verse 5 times.
Yeah.
For I'm like, well, there's no way I could sit here and lay one hook and then say I'm done because I'm just that good. I'm like, nah, nigga, this shit trash. Yeah. Do it again. No, that doesn't sound right. Do it again.
And that Runaway verse is perfection too. Like it's the perfect verse.
Yeah. So if he could do it at that level, and it's like no tweeting, no cell phones, no cat, no bringing up other niggas' music in this lab, no if you're not working on this project. So how do we expect to be great if we don't have great standards? Like Dr. Dre got great standards.
Yes. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
It's like I'm not leaving the lab. None. I think he said I stayed out the lab 2 weeks. The longest in my life I've been out of the studio.
Wow.
Then I go, he's a nigga's a billionaire. That makes sense.
It makes sense.
That's how the fuck
it's
you
work
work.
Ethic. It's a discipline.
Yeah, like work. So nigga, if we gonna work, let's work.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna pass this while we talking.
Yeah, no, I'm gonna keep noticing on that day.
Oh, we getting. Oh yeah, okay. We getting. Okay, let me just airdrop this to myself on your phone.
I wanted to keep that conversation going,
man.
fellas. Like to personalize the experience of making this album for everybody. There's a lot of us. Obviously there are us that are sitting here, but when you think of Ian Kelly and what he's doing with Jamla, Kate Lamont and the success and sort of the journey she's had to get here in the Bay to end up in a room with us, SK, Basta, fucking Black Achilles, bruh, is like become one of my favorite rappers.
Quick.
Quick.
Listen to him every day.
Amazing.
Oh, you already know he a legend.
Yeah, I'm talking about the people. I'm talking about the people that aren't
Black Achilles.
that aren't.
I was saying, people that's becoming my favorite.
Yeah.
And then production, like sonically, soundtrack, bro. Like,
Now, God's honest truth. When amongst the process of putting this together, I put together the little Spotify playlist because I like to educate myself on what I'm working with, what I'm into.
Yeah.
It's easy, like 150 songs on there between all of us, but it just made me. If I wasn't already a fan, it heightened my fandom of everybody in that thing because it's all quality. Everybody got something to offer, and it's dope that we get to put all that shit together.
Man.
And it sounds good together. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, for sure. Do.
Put your favorite foods in a fucking bowl and mix that shit up. It might taste like shit. You know what I'm saying?
That's back to your original point, and that's why I brought that up when you said it.
Yeah.
Because I knew exactly what you meant when you was like, bro, I'm surprised this shit is good.
Like,
because
this shit is good.
there was so much that could have gone wrong. Like in theory, it's a great fucking idea. It's a great, like, hey, put everybody together, it's gonna work. Man, that shit, man, you know how many people were in that original thread that got invited to those sessions that didn't show up?
Like hella.
You know, the process writes itself. One of my favorite things is like from Hoop, Coach does they do it in football too. The Hell Week, the double days. The double days is really just the thing to the dead weight will cut itself. Like, who's gonna commit to coming to double days? And niggas might have to do weights in between. Man, please, you might start with 200 niggas in the beginning. By the time the week is over, you got your roster. The roster has literally set itself. Coach might have to make a few cuts here and there, but the process is gonna make the cuts itself, and it's really how this shit works.
Let a bad chick walk by and you in high school trying to bust them kind of moves, like, and everybody here got shit to do. We got kids, we got jobs, work.
Yep.
So all that's taken into consideration, and niggas still showed up.
Yeah.
And still rapped and still gave verses that weren't selfish. Like, I hear y'all rap, and I can hear the intent to, like, give game. I can hear the intent to, like, awaken other people and be lyrical and be fly and be, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's just an important aspect to the game for me, and to watch niggas do that in the midst of all this shit that's going on, this COVID bullshit, like the government, they shutting shit down, all of that, and still come with hella bars, nigga. I'm just fans of niggas, like,
nigga, the
fans.
first session I came to was the day I found out my aunt had stage 4 cancer.
Man.
You know what I'm saying?
Man.
I was glad I could come to the lab and record with niggas. You know what I'm saying? Because, like, that should be therapy for niggas, bro. Like, just to go get that shit out. You know what I'm saying?
Man.
Like, it just be like that. So, like, everybody got lives and every other shit going on, but it's like, we still took the time to focus in on this shit, and it's coming from. So you basically getting over 100 years of game, nigga. You know what I'm saying? On dinner each song. You know what I'm saying? Because it's like, motherfuckers is really telling their truth and they story in that shit, bro. You know what I'm saying?
When before it started, like, Kevin and I was just building. Like, we'd talk about, oh man, let's do an album. Man, that shit, we more likely to be at the office, or he'll pull up and we just end up shooting the shit. Fuck music. Was really what it was shaping out to be, was more building. But the night that the Dreamville doc came out, I sent it to bro. This nigga called me hella late. Bro, you watch that shit? It's like, nigga, like 5 times. It's like, we got to do it. I was like, then do it, nigga. He was like, that easy? It's like, bro, watch. It's like, you going to send the bat signal out and watch how many niggas show up. Man, that first session, niggas was just coming in just to plug in the aux cord or just to come listen and vibe. it's like, oh, this gonna be something special.
Bruh, I didn't rap in 5 years. He hit me. He was like, bro, pull up, come listen to some shit. I'm like, all right.
Bro, I parked the car, I turn around, look, I thought you was gonna get some food from across the street or some shit, right? I'm like, oh, this nigga, oh, what's up, bro? I ain't seen you in a minute. Oh, what's cracking? You going to the studio? He's like, yeah. I'm like, what, nigga? I'm like, oh shit,
I
that's
was
crazy.
surprised my goddamn self.
And so to that point, fellas, before like, I know I've already said kind of what he's meant for me, big bro, MC, the shit. What was it about that call that just was a no brainer for niggas? Like seriously, because I know niggas hit your phone for a verse, especially you. I know how many niggas send you beats and hit your number for a verse.
Beats, all kind of shit, bro. Hey, well, this is my partner, so it's like I wasn't tripping. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like me and this nigga went to my first time ever going to Atlanta. I was sitting next to this nigga on the plane and shit. Yeah. That's when you got your fucking actual physical case and shit for your album for Nerd's Eye View, right?
We was on a plane.
We was on the plane. Me, him, Jacka, Fab, Stretch.
Yeah.
We all on the plane going to Atlanta and shit. You know what I'm saying?
A3C?
Yeah, me and Mo go back when he was killing blogs and I was trying to figure that shit out.
And then nigga was on the radio and shit. And I'm trying to figure that shit out. You know what I'm saying?
But the whole plane was lit full of niggas like
nigga,
hitters.
I was broke as fuck too, nigga, right? Because I seen this nigga pull his card out and pay for the internet on the plane, right? And I'm like, I ain't got no money, nigga. I got cash in my pocket, nigga.
That's a real memory, bro. That shit. When a nigga pull out the card for the internet on you, you that's when you
a flight to the A,
bro. I need this internet.
What? Bro, that nigga part paying for the internet. I was like, bro, I ain't got shit on my car. I get paid like tomorrow, bro. I hope this shit hit tomorrow, nigga. You know what I'm saying, bro?
You was killing shows.
That's why I remember that shit, bro. Like, yeah. Nigga, Jay Stalin was randomly down there when we got there and shit. Like, so like, when he hit me, it was like, it's good. And like, I think I don't know if we talked about the Dreamville shit, but I think we all kind of seen that shit around the same time. Niggas was like, yo, this shit would be dope out here. And I was like, shit, nigga, fuck it. It's good. You know what I'm saying? Plus, I seen it in the chat was hella, I mean, everybody kind of know everybody, or if you didn't know everybody, you heard each other. So it was like, oh, all y'all niggas in the chat? Oh, fuck it, let's do it. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. For me, so it ain't wasn't really shit.
What about you, Duece? Getting a call?
For me, it was, I'm ready to rap whenever.
Yeah.
You know, but
rap now, nigga.
I knew.
Ever seen Zombies that was your classmates?
That's a real story too. I know when Monty hit me and was like, yeah, gotta pull up. Boston was like, pull up. It was like, for me, I always kind of like look at signs and wait how shit work in life. And, you know, like people don't know that me and Irk used to be on the same label like 15 years ago with these people that will remain nameless right now. But it was just one of those situations where it was like they was really pushing his situation, and I was just a nigga in the corner that was like, when we get around to you, we get around to you. You know what I mean? So it was like, for me, it been for years, all of us doing music, it had been made sense for all of us to do shit together. But for whatever reason, it just never happened. And because the Bay is so independent, it'd be like to a fault. You know what I mean? Instead of working with each other and being like, all right, I can make something great, but fuck this nigga. I can make something better than what I'm making now, but I don't know if he don't know me or if he gonna try to run me for the high and da-da-da-da. So you just be like, I just do it myself. You know what I mean? And I was already in a space where I had quit rapping like 11 times. Fuck this shit.
I didn't want nobody around me who didn't quit rapping on
exactly.
Like,
you don't know.
If you ain't never quit, don't come.
Don't come around me. I know y'all niggas all quit before.
And like when I got the call, I was in that state like, it's gonna be number 12. I'm quitting again. You know what I mean? And I had did the seed. Thanks to Monty, he was just like, bro, you gotta meet this dude. You gotta do. And I was in that space of like, fuck this shit. And then like Achilles was like, come to the beat boutique. You know what I mean? So then I was doing that. You know, and it was just like, pull up, you know, and I was like, no, I'm coming because this could be the situation that'll like change me. And the crazy part is I kind of like quit rap because of this as a solo / I care about trying to make it as a solo. Like now I don't care about this shit. Now it's like, I don't have.
Nigga, you know how much stress come off of you? Only gotta do one verse, nigga. What? Fuck out of here.
That's the point. That's right there is the point. Like, what's the point of stressing ourselves over this shit? We really got kids and shit, bro. We really got shit to do. There's no way I'm about to kill myself trying to please people who gonna skip over my verse anyway.
Yeah.
Like this shit is for the people that's really gonna tap in and really want to get something from it. If that's not you, then it's cool. Like it's all good. But I'm not about to keep quitting and picking it up. And when you got shit dropping, then I drop it. You don't get. Nigga, fuck all
Be
of
the
that.
main niggas that ask you when you dropping too that don't tap in.
Don't tap in. And we recorded like what 20, 25 records.
Man.
And 9 made it. But if you think about 20, 25 records and you do one verse, that's 20 verses. You know what I mean? But if you did it by yourself, that's times 3.
Yeah.
2 or 3. You know what I mean? So now I'm talking about 60 verses.
You talking about golden era rap, nigga. I ain't giving you 3 verses for nothing, nigga. Fuck out
I
of
give you
here.
a
Nigga said
24
like 8
and
verses
an
of that
8.
shit. Nigga. This nigga Sunday water, nigga.
Oh, yeah.
It ain't hella.
That shit.
It's just broken up like to make it feel like that. It ain't hella shit going on.
Golden era.
This nigga like.
I mean, 40 to 60 verses or 6 verses. And
Shout
all
out
6 verses
Alexius.
is goat level.
And you
You know what I'm
go,
saying?
yeah.
Let me tell you that one more
Goat
time.
level,
Shout out
6
to
goat level.
Alexius.
You know what I mean? 6 to 7 amazing verses versus 20 verses, and it's like, I'm skipped. I'm done with this one. You know what I mean? It's like,
I know what you mean.
DB, you said you hadn't rapped in 5 years.
5
bro.
years,
So that,
brother.
so what the break down the thought process? Was it a no brainer? Did you have to mull over it? Did you have to talk?
Well,
what was it? What was that?
you know, man, I've been through a lot of stages in my life. At one stage, like it was life or death. You know, literally for me and young Kev.
Yeah.
So it was just really heartbreaking at one point that shit didn't live up to expectations. So I for sure quit. When like I went back to school, got a real estate license, all that shit, made a little bit of money. But then it was ironic because at the time when he hit me, like shit was a little shaky. I had just got my son with me, like I hadn't sold a house in a little while, so I was a little in need for change, and it was ironic that it hit me. Like I'm driving Lyft trying to get money to pay my son's tuition. Like this is totally opposite from what I've been used to 6 months prior, getting racks in the commission check. So like life was a little upside down. So all that to say, when he hit me, it was just time. It was time, and I was totally free of like thinking rap would save me. I'm like, I just want to. I want to go listen to my partner first of all, but if I rap, for sure, I'm about to say some shit, and I don't care what happened with it. I don't care who here. I've said one cuss word in like 30 songs now, and if you know me from the past, I can't go 5 seconds without saying "God damn it," you know what I'm saying?
Man, I think in that I haven't stopped listening to the record. Like I think that's what I'm most proudest of. Is like just leaving it on repeat, and I catch something different every time, but the use of vocabulary and the cuss words, like, cause that's something I didn't do it intentionally. It just became something where I just wanted to challenge myself and not do it. I just want to see if I can express myself. The way y'all able to paint pictures, bruh, like Mo, I be seeing like yo shit. I can like see it. I wasn't in my final form when they passed on. Like that shit hit me different every time I hear it, bro.
Nigga,
like,
I was currently going through that shit though.
I know,
you
that's
know what I'm saying. Like that shit was a trip. You know what I'm saying? It's just like I deal with a lot of like I said, man. My auntie passed during that shit. My cousin had got sick around that time. He the one who taught me how to rap. He just passed, so it's like y'all never got to see me get to where I'm about to get to. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm still evolving, doing shit. Like you know what I'm saying? Like. But y'all died so early, y'all never got to see me. So I wasn't, you know what I'm saying? Like that shit, all that shit is like real shit, man. And then with everybody being there, it's like, well, shit, let me try to step my shit up and like try new shit. You know what I'm saying? Like on this shit, like a lot of my shit, I'm trying to like kind of like chaining bars together, kind of like callbacks to shit. You know what I'm saying? Because it's like. Everybody is fucking dope ass rapper, nigga. What if we just come through just do some regular ass shit, nigga? Yeah, we out here in the bay going stupid every day, nigga. I can't just do that shit. Nigga, you know what I'm saying? I gotta figure out. I gotta do some shit.
Who was you just dissing right there?
We all these niggas is weak. I'm dissing all these niggas. all you niggas is weak. I'm dissing all you niggas. Nah, the shit is like, it's really to the point where it's like we all on some rap nerd shit, low key. So it's like, how can I impress my partners? With saying some ill shit that y'all would pick up. Maybe they might just say, "Oh, this is a dope song," but y'all niggas heard some shit like that. You know what I'm saying?
I pick up a new bar
Every day,
bro.
every
I
day,
pick up a
bro.
new bar. I
Like,
text this nigga.
I'm still stuck on the fucking Sam Cooke Marvin Gaye video.
Yeah, sing different,
Sing
man.
different. You know, shout out to my nigga Lavini, man. Wherever you at, man. You know what I'm
That
saying?
shit is so crazy.
So crazy.
That shit is so crazy because when you really think about
No homo.
all three of them, you really think about all three of them having a level of being underrated and slept on, and just like the difference between all three singers.
Oh shit.
Like,
Yeah,
Y'all
bro.
sick, bro.
They
These
all
are
three
fucking
different-
group of sickos,
they
bro.
all three
What'd you
different,
do?
but having all three of them different be the
I don't
description.
know.
I played that shit for like maybe two other people, and they made like, nigga, Lavini. I was like,
Bruh.
yeah,
The video is the
nigga.
most important part of all three of those people.
Nigga,
Back in
hey,
Cali
man.
Fam days, I was in a session with AP9 and Lavidi. This nigga was recording with driving gloves.
I went to a session with Bila and he played me a Lavidi project that never came out, and I'm talking about incredible.
But see,
shit.
but
I
see
said,
that
what the
it's
fuck
that
is
type
this?
of nuanced shit that make this project so fucking special, bro. Like wings and things, bro. Like the intro, like it you know, because we always, and this is gonna get funny, by the way. I just want to I'm gonna set y'all up. The discussions we always have about the nuance between the different cities. Oakland is champion in terms of culture, style, whatever. San Francisco may be on the rise in terms of like tech and like wealth or whatever, but anybody that talks about the Bay, it starts with the town. Richmond, a lot in alignment with your fit. You may as well be from Richmond. How much of an underdog you feel like?
said, don't
You like
Nah.
you like
Y'all,
oh no.
y'all got that.
No, we
Y'all niggas, yeah, y'all already holding Richmond down. Nigga, y'all don't need nigga be trying to.
dog, like Vallejo don't need no help, fam. Like
Nigga, what? I mean,
y'all own the
I
map.
mean-
Y'all own the map, bro. Like the world knows y'all.
If you take Mo's Vallejo and his pops Oakland, Richmond's in the
yeah,
middle.
because nigga, in my house has been Oakland Vallejo funk, nigga, since I was born, nigga. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? So, yeah, man, like I'm happy to see just like the landscape of Richmond with this shit though,
Yeah.
because it's like it got to be somebody people could pinpoint to. You know what I'm saying? Be like people, a lot of people gonna bring up Kev, but it's just like there's more motherfuckers, bro.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And just the average person bring up Kev because you know the success and the more popularity of the radio shit. You know what I'm saying? And the funny part is everybody be like, "Oh, you gonna ride with Kevin? They got junk food and vegetables, nigga. That's the shit." I'm like, "Yeah, there's hella more of that
There's
shit."
hella
Like,
more,
you know what I'm
yeah.
saying? But it's like, but Richmond, nigga, y'all, like, shit, my nigga Hungry been dope for hella long.
Forever,
You know what I'm saying?
forever.
Like, Richmond niggas been dope. You know what I'm saying? But it's just like y'all giving it a whole new vibe, a whole new look instead of some the typical bass shit, man. You know how that shit is, bro.
And every city has that sort of duality, you know. So
Yeah, it's
the
for
town
sure.
the town has it. Vallejo got it like crazy. Richmond has it. The B has like everywhere. It has that existence.
Yeah.
But what I've been explaining to Kev is like it feels like he's gonna be the first one to bridge all of that shit and really bring it together in a real way.
To make them appreciate it.
Yeah.
Richmond ain't ever been, and I can speak freely, goddammit, because it's me. But you know, we never had an appreciation for music like this. Like it's you either fuck with whoever is from your set,
Yeah.
Mhm.
or that's really about it. That's your alliance.
Yeah.
And we never made music
Yeah.
that was catered to the South Side. That was catered to Narf. That was central shit. So it kind of fell in a weird place.
Yeah.
So when they see him from where he was from in another part of the city playing basketball with somebody that ain't from neither one of them parts, it looks funny. Like,
Yeah.
what is you doing? So it just didn't fit the culture. But now,
I just didn't give a fuck.
yeah, period. Now that don't give a fuck is okay now.
Yeah.
It's acceptable now.
And I'm even talking
Cool
about
now to be friends with people from outside. It's just ridiculous, bro.
Yeah.
I just never subscribed to
dumb.
this. Ridiculous, bro.
and the music industry through and through suffers from that shit. So when you hear Benny the Butcher's on a Drake song, it's like, oh my God, it's like Drake studies fucking battle rap. Why wouldn't he get a Benny verse? You know what I'm saying?
He
When
would want to.
Kendrick does the Black Panther album and he goes to grab SOB and grab Mozzie and they're like, oh my God, and it's like, no, because he's tapped in.
Yeah.
And so what I told Kev is like, yo, hopefully by the second one, but for sure by the third one, it should be a Larry June verse on this shit. It should be a Cool John verse on this shit. It should be like all kind of different things that bridge it and completely burn down those partitions where it goes, oh, that's backpack rap, that's lo-fi rap, that's hyphy rap, that's just, come on, man, that shit's so silly. Like, where's the good music at?
Period. That's all it's about.
That's why the artwork is a collage.
For real.
Shout out to Katir. Body and everything, like early soundtrack zine and shit. I got shit from him. Duece got plenty of artwork from him. The new
I'm about
Game
to get
album.
some new. I'm about to.
Yeah, I need some shit from him too. Nigga.
Everybody.
Katir, I'm
Man.
on your line, boy.
Shout out our bro.
But for me, like growing up in different parts of the Bay is another reason why this was a no-brainer. Like, I got Oakland is deep rooted from like me growing up, just as much as Richmond.
Yeah.
But choosing Richmond was a conscious decision.
Yeah.
I could just be like, I'm from the East, and nobody's gonna question that. But then also, I didn't become a man there, like how I felt like I was in Richmond. So, going to school in Hayward, you see everything in between.
Facts.
So why wouldn't I? You know what I mean? Why I'm going to Southside? I'm going over here. I'm going where the fuck I want to go. Like, we don't own none of this shit. Like these imaginary lines. I was that kind of kid. Like I'm gonna stand on the line and go. Now I'm in Central. Now I'm in North. This is what y'all about to shoot me over. Like fuck out of here. I'm gonna go see my partner. But
shit was weird.
It's just weird.
Shit was weird. I feel you like doing this project, and it's crazy the location we recorded at.
Man.
Like, so for me, like across the street was Southern Cafe, which is a brand and business that my grandma started before I was even born. It used to be on East 14th. Then they moved over there to Fruitville and MacArthur. Well, it's MacArthur, but I tell everybody it's across streets and shit. But they moved on MacArthur. I worked there after high school and shit for hell long. My mama still worked there. You know what I'm saying?
Man.
Like, it's still family in that motherfucker. Like, and I'm recording across the street some amazing ass shit. Like, so that's one side of the history of my family. But I'm creating some whole new other shit across the street.
That's crazy.
You know what I'm saying? So it was a trip, like, you know, just the location of that shit. Cause I didn't even know that fucking shit was there. And I'm like, I'm like, I'm like, nigga, the pet grooming spot? That's what it was when I was working, nigga, across the street. You know what I'm saying? But like, nah, it's a lab. So, nigga, you know what I'm saying? But it's just like, it's a trip though, man. Like, just being that close to one part of my life and then this whole separate part of my life that, you know, some of us might on that side might even agree to me doing.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, it's been talk. You need to get your life together, man. You need to stop, you know, work, you know, get something more serious, work on this, that type of shit. But it's just like, nah. You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, I do know I got other shit going on, but it's like, at the same time, I still trying to rap. You know what I'm saying? Like, I still want to rap, nigga. What the fuck? You know what I'm saying? I remember asking Kev some years ago. You probably remember this shit. I was asking. I was like, bro, this whole game is some bullshit. And why the fuck do you still do this shit? Because like I was about to quit my job at FedEx at the time. I was ready to quit, do hella shit, just go full rapper, nigga. Yeah. I say, bro, why you even still do this shit? He was like, I don't do nothing else. And nigga, that was it. You know what I'm saying? I was like, yeah, it makes sense to me, nigga. You know what I'm saying? Like, all right, fuck it, nigga, still gonna rap.
you gonna struggle working at the bank, or you gonna struggle rapping?
Exactly.
Cause you gonna struggle, like it's gonna be like painful. I worked cubicle jobs before, like 24, 25, and going to the city and riding a bar and being part of what they, you know, would call just a typical trying to take care of your family and shit. And I was gonna jump off a fucking bridge, nigga, if I had to sit in this cubicle one more day. Nigga, I'm out. I'm writing bars all during the clock, all on the clock, taking hella breaks, doing hella wild shit just so I can get the bars off. Rushing home before my kids got there so I could rap before they got out of school and shit. Like, that shit is stressful. Yeah. I might as well figure out another way. And none of this shit is easy. No matter what you go to college, you want to be a doctor, you want to be a rap, whatever the fuck, it's all going to be hard. So, shit, this the one I want to pick. And if it don't work, I tried it. Like, it's a part of luck that goes into life, too. It ain't just all you do this and you do this and then it equals that. Sometimes it's luck. Sometimes it's like I was right place, right time. I sent that text to him. I didn't know what he was going through. It just so happened that kicked him into gear. And now he starts the album. Like, these is bars. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, he was just ready to deliver the bars. None of that had nothing to do with a plan, though. That's all luck. So I just give it up to the luck, to God, whoever y'all want to, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's what it is.
All this shit is on purpose. You know what I'm saying? All this shit is on purpose. Like, the luck, this shit was supposed to happen. You know what I'm saying? Like,
in the timing that it was supposed to happen.
Yeah, it was supposed to happen.
Everybody went through those things. You were supposed to be right across the street from your family business.
It's a trip,
I was supposed to drive a fucking Lyft. But all of it made sense for this project to be what it is and for it to be so effortless. Like you're saying, it's no mistakes. And that's why this shit feels so cool, though. Like, it just...
And this shit just good. Motherfuckers rapping their ass off, man. Motherfuckers rapping their ass off on this shit, bro.
I give you 16, but Instacart call.
Man, that shit for real.
I give you.
Niggas was
Yeah.
They was talking about it.
And correct me if I'm wrong. Like I don't ever remember a collective discussion about concept and direction and aesthetic and all. I just like it. Just sounds like people came in there and said what was on their heart, and somehow it should just happen to connect. The duality. My partners, what is it? Homeless and what's
More of my homies, homeless and homeowners.
Bruh, like really, this is the soundtrack to the climate of the Bay, where it's like, bruh, in order to even break even in this motherfucker, which they would classify you over the poverty line, but no, that's not how that shit work. Like, busting your ass just to break even every day, every month, every second, and you hear that in every bar, because it's collectively our reality, just at different levels at different times, you know, and it's so fascinating to be in those sessions and to be having those discussions. Some of your parents, Mo was in the process of searching for a home, and like I'm trying to build my credit. He's like, "Oh, bro, you need to do this, that." I'm like, "Wait a minute, I came here to rap, and you giving me like life information."
I'm asking this nigga like, bro, about looking for homes and shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, bro, I'm looking at this house right here. You know, what's a good program? You know, all this kind of shit. Bro.
Man, it was a beautiful exchange, and then I was personally at a point where I was just starting to do the math on favorite rappers or people that I fuck with. 2 Chainz had just got married. Pusha T had just got married. Killer Mike is like a dad and a husband and an activist first, and Hove and you know what 444 everything that did. Ye and his family. I'm just going, wait a minute, that's nigga what. This ain't Money Cash Hoes rap.
Now that's all right. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. This ain't Money Cash Hoes, man. I could be, and then I start looking at who my partners was. Like Lexus, like creatively, I don't know if I have a more important friend. You know what he's doing with his shows, his production on the podcast, and everything. Lexus. And what watching what he's done in terms of holding down a steady gig, and then with his film, and then writing films and writing shows, and then a home with his wife and then taking care of his daughter. I'm just going, holy shit. And then Kevin and I got cool, and he,
we ain't cool, nigga. I swear.
I don't fuck with him like that, but this nigga did make me go to IKEA and help him decorate his house on some rappers HGTV shit. Nigga.
For sure, I was in there looking manly too. Like, nigga, this blue or what is this?
What is this? But it was, you know, just these things that. But I swear, bro, that day influenced so much of the music. Like it was just some like we listened to. What was we listening to? Fuck, I think Sir had just dropped or something. Either Sir or Earth Gang. Something we was like, this shit crazy. Like how you had this type of impact. How you had this type of impact, how you tell this type of stories and create this type of soundscape.
Sir, ill nigga too, because he recorded at home. He do that shit at the house.
Man.
That whole project?
He do all that shit at the house.
That was chasing something.
He do all that shit at the house. He used to be an engineer.
For R. Kelly, wasn't it? Or Tyrese, yeah.
Like, hold on, don't put that on him like that.
He's an engineer for Tyrese and shit, so he know all the, you know, he's working guitar. He's working Guitar Center when TD hit that nigga.
Oh, so he tapped in. I didn't know that.
He had already had a couple projects. I remember at Diamond, I was playing this nigga tapes because this dude had this website called Fresh Selects. Was helping them put that shit out at the time or something.
They still dropping stuff on YouTube.
And then, so Sir was like, yeah, I was working at a fucking Guitar Center, and then nigga for TD hit me and like, yo, we want to have a meeting or some shit. And I was like, for real? Yeah, I was working Guitar Center, engineering for niggas on the side. You know what I'm saying? Like,
never know, man.
Never know,
that
bro.
Sound crazy.
That shit is a trip, bro. Like, timing, bro. All this shit is on purpose, man.
No, I don't want to hold y'all too much longer. I want to talk about, you know, just the journeys though, like some specific shit that you may have seen or experienced that shaped your approach to going into these sessions. Either any one of y'all could start, but because I know all y'all, I have some context personally. It just makes me love the music that much more. Because it sounds fearless. It's evolved. You guys are clearly in completely different spaces of how you do. You said something amazing. We just like, yo, individual success. Like, I'm over that shit. Like, what have you seen in your journey in pursuing a rap career and having a rap career? Not even pursuing. You've had, and that's the other thing too. you niggas have had success for real. And success in this shit don't always mean the bag. Like y'all can walk up and down the street and get stopped because I've been with y'all and it's happened. Oh, hey man, what's going on with the music? Love the music. That shit don't equate bread. That's not how it works. So how was that shaped you individually to this point right now? Those just having to navigate that shit.
I mean, like for me, this shit, all right, like the journey, because I've always been in like, even just starting to rap, it took a motherfucker to be like, oh, your shit, me writing it down, somebody looking at my shit, oh, your shit dope, you should come to the lab with us. You know what I'm saying? Or nigga, we got this crew, you should come join my crew type shit. You know what I'm saying? So every time I've been in something has been more so like a crew, collective type situation. And then like me playing sports, I'm used to the team aspect of shit, right? Yeah. So it's always been a crew type thing, but then you get in the crew and it's like, yeah, shit is rocking. And then after a while, certain niggas drop off and shit drop off. And then you like, nigga, I'm the only, like I said, we're in a room full of Jordans. I'm the only Jordan here, mindset wise. Like, nigga, I want this shit like this. So you go, all right, we cut it down in this crew. We in this crew, all right, we cut it down. We ain't out there no more. We in this small little group now. Now niggas is still going. And after a while, life take a hold, nigga, niggas get kids, you know what I'm saying? That's no excuse because everybody, you know, all y'all niggas got kids. I don't know you got kids probably running around the streets, but I don't.
Come on, bro, don't do that on the show.
I ain't no kids, right?
Don't do that on the show, though, man.
But I'm saying like life take a hold.
That's crazy.
Like for instance, like life take hold and shit. You know what I'm saying? So it's like motherfuckers like they want to do this shit, but it's like they not doing this shit. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So then it's like, all right, I'm to the neck now. Essentially, that's what I feel like. Yeah. And then, cause this artist shit is lonely, bro. Like, a lot of niggas don't understand. Yeah, sure. It's like you gotta be kind of crazy to do this shit, and you gotta go to a certain place in your mind. If you're not around people who you could feel like are on the same wavelength or understand that shit, it's a lonely feeling, bro. Yes. At least for me, it's a lonely ass feeling. So it's like to be in a room full of other Jordans, so to speak. It felt hella good because it's like, all right, finally. I'm at a place, and I'm not saying I've never been there, but I'm at that place again where I'm in a room full of people, and like we hungry, but it's a different kind of hunger where it's like we more hungry to make some dope shit as opposed to being hungry to be in a certain position. Yeah. So that's why it just felt better because it's like we've been had our own little journeys, and we still on this shit. Like it ain't like it ain't fucking nigga, what's that shit where all the washed up niggas be on VH1 and shit. The surreal life and shit, where it's like old niggas in the house, like let's do this shit again. Like, nah, niggas is still out here. You know what I'm saying? But it's just like
to my versus battle. No.
Yeah, right. This ain't no versus shit, right? Like we all niggas is still at it. So it's just like, and everybody clearly still sharp. So it's just like, it's nice that everybody met everybody on a certain journey. At this, at least for me, at this part of my shit, where it's like I'm kind of regrouping, trying to get my mind right. Hella life shit happened back to back. And then it's just like, but nigga, this shit right here is about to shake shit up. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So the journey actually, it's kind of like your prerequisite for this shit. Like you gotta have been through some shit to even walk in this shit. Exactly. You gonna get on the song and say some shit we don't even give a fuck about. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like, where's this coming from? Oh, I'm just fucking around. Nah, nigga, you gotta go. You know what I'm saying? That shit.
That was a crazy. That was one of the things that was discussed prior to. It's like, I don't really want niggas coming here and saying anything. Like I remember that being that like an actual conversation. And
that's conversation number one. Invite the niggas that's gonna goddamn say something because we don't got time for that, bro. Niggas is dying. Shit is changing. You getting like if you getting older, bro, and you ain't trying to help nobody get through nothing. Like, what are you doing this for?
Yeah. Man, if you ain't got nothing to say, like, you gotta go, bro. You know what I'm saying?
And that's the whole thing. I think my empathy just heightened from recognizing what my aim was before. Like before, I was just like the masses of rappers, essentially. Like I just wanted to get money to fix all my problems and be on, so everybody know me. But I didn't really think about what I really wanted that for. Like what was behind that. Mm-hmm. Now this time I don't need none of that shit. I got a family, I got kids, I got love, I got all that shit.
You own already.
I can get money when I need to. So it wasn't about none of that. Like I came into it really just wanting to say some shit that I feel like was missing. Like ain't nobody talking to these kids in this type of way. I want to be that person. I want to talk to them. I see these kids in hoop games. Me and Duece, we around these hoopers, young kids all the time. But what they feed in their brain all day, every day is some bullshit. Like it's cold that we got our kids in this place now to where that's what they feeding themselves. So they need shit like us.
Yeah.
To be saying what we're saying, but that was my intent going into those sessions, was just really to give whoever's about to hear this, I want them to walk away with something from me.
Absolutely.
And not just me bragging about what I got and what I bought and what I plan on buying.
Yeah.
Like,
To recognize this as the balance.
yeah.
My journey, go ahead.
It's the other shit, you know? What's about to say?
I said mine was just similar to what Mo was saying. I just been through hella shit. A lot of niggas done left, niggas, since I started this shit. Like, however far we could take it back, niggas been like, yeah, I'm with you. I'm right there with you. Niggas been on stage. Niggas was talking yesterday. Niggas done toured the country with me. Niggas, come on, niggas, good. Da, 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 da. And get back home. That was fun. And walk off and go back to wherever they was. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, damn, nigga, like I thought we was.
Man.
So just learning how to read niggas, learning how to like not put your faith in what a nigga say. Like that's just been huge for me. Like if you don't show up and it's just about rap, cool, it's just about rap. Like I said, that shit'll weed itself out. There's nothing I can do to make a nigga do something or change how he think or whatever. I'm here to give game that I have or I acquired from other niggas that gave it to me and just keep passing it down because I can't do nothing with it. Like this is for, you know what I mean? This is for everybody else that believe what I believe is on the same frequency that I'm on. If you're on my frequency, like let's rock. Let's just do it in a genuine family oriented way. I got y'all. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like in a real way.
And that's why I think it's gonna work for me. Is like if you take a pebble and you throw it in the pond, it'll make a little bit of ripples. But if you start combining all the pebbles that fuck with each other, just make it one big ass boulder and drop that shit. The wavelengths that just ripple out is like that's what we are now. And it's crazy because like we already talking about recording TOS 2, and TOS 1 ain't even out yet.
Yeah.
I'm on the phone right now texting Katir. He's working on TOS 2's artwork for music we ain't recorded yet.
Right.
That's crazy.
We're already talking about TOS 2. We already talking about E-Shore 2.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, didn't even mix E-Shore 1.
Exactly.
Didn't even mix shit.
Yeah, that's crazy. That's a main ass point.
Tell Katir I need artwork for my project.
Man, for real.
Everybody.
Hey,
Cut about to be busy.
I was just talking to him about it the other day.
Get some logos and shit done.
And DB.
He's about to be busy.
I asked Kev this shit on his live one time, and just all we watching videos. Y'all can see
Nigga, you don't be on my live.
Nigga, I hopped in there with your live that one time. That one time, no, I hopped in there like twice.
Every
Once
time I hit you decline me and shit.
I was at work, nigga, and I don't duty, nigga, and I don't duty. I was on there when I was in Paris and nigga when I was
Yeah, that's
out
right.
here
You
and
did
shit.
go live with him.
Yeah, of course, he flexed. It's a big
Yeah,
flex.
I
You go
had
in
to.
Paris
You
like
just
with the
see the
Eiffel
Eiffel
Tower in the back.
Tower.
Nigga hit the live then.
He was big Dubai.
He talking about, yeah. I'm like, oh, okay, nigga.
I asked you this shit. It was like, so with the climate, motherfuckers be using the word climate. The climate we in, right? With the rappers, like, you got your Griseldas, your Gibbs, all them the kind of quote unquote underground. Well, I've been listening to these niggas for hella long.
Yep.
Gibbs been like my favorite nigga for hella long.
Yep.
But like this whole kind of resurgence, I guess you would say, of this kind of shit. How do y'all feel? All right, because we all got partners who say they listen to our shit. We got partners who say they listen to our shit, but they don't really listen to our
They don't
shit.
really
No,
listen.
Right. But then they be like, nigga, you heard the new Benny, nigga? You heard the new
It's
Gibbs,
it's
nigga?
the biggest slap in the face.
How do you
It's
feel
so offensive.
when it's like, nigga, I've been doing this shit for hella long. Nigga, what the fuck? Like, what are you talking about? I was like, how do y'all feel about, like, one, that initial shit, and then two, having this shit in your pocket ready to drop, and then three, what you want to hear from them niggas? I'm curious. I'm curious like what them niggas say after this come out, because it's like, nigga, you just playing new Benny shit, and nigga, this shit harder than that. Nigga.
Oh, they gonna say they knew and fuck with it the whole time.
But it's right in alignment. It's right in alignment though with when you look at what's happening socially. A lot of the rhetoric is just trying to figure out, yo, what the fuck is so different now? Was it Corona? Was it what made George Floyd being murdered on camera different than watching Philando get shot in front of his fucking baby? You know, Oscar. Like what makes any of this different, right? And it's the last thing that people want to hear right now, but it is the matter of just being able to be in on what the popular conversation is. I just want to be a part of something. I want to be a part of something. Let the coolest nigga in the room co-sign it and watch what happens to the masses. And so Hove and them or Benny and them got the Hove co-sign. Then it was like, let's go. All bet the whole industry had to roll. Mm-hmm. The whole industry had to roll with it because of Hove stamped Griselda. Mm-hmm. And it's like, bruh, like is it as simple as that? Khaled not knowing who the fuck Tyler the Creator was is the most silliest shit in life. And you we the best, nigga. You can't be if you don't know who the best is, bro. Like it just don't work that way. Mm-hmm. And so you hit something right on the head when you talk about our partners. Like, oh, they listen. You can't. As many as my close friends and family come up ranting and raving about Westside Gun, Benny and Conway. You ain't never listened to my shit for real.
Bro, only nigga I know who consistently listens to my shit as far as my family go is my pops. Like, he the only nigga that's gonna hit me up like, yo, that shit was hard. Man. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh, that shit was hard. He the only one that's gonna hit me up and be like, oh, that shit was clean. You know what I'm saying? But like,
man, fuck niggas, man.
Niggas don't be listening to that shit. But I be tripping off like, man, y'all niggas posting this West Side shit in here. I ain't seen nan nigga post my album, nigga. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? My song, none of that shit.
It's
you know
still touch and go. Like even with the success in the last couple of days of just people actually going out and pre-ordering, it's still touch and go. They gotta wait. And to niggas don't want to dance by themselves. Like if you know what I mean. Like that one white lady you see dancing at the club by herself. That's my favorite person because she don't give a fuck. It's okay to look.
Yeah,
you feel me? Like waiting for somebody else to like it and. So, but I feel you on that. It's like niggas been barring off. Niggas be like, you still singing? I'm like, what you talking? What the fuck is you talking about, bro?
Yeah,
you clearly have not listened to anything.
I put a hella shit out, like you know what I'm saying. When your next shit dropped, last shit I heard was I'm like, nigga, that shit was hella long ago. Like,
I feel like that's why this shit is so special because it's obvious that we all have touched somebody in some type of way to be number one in pre-orders 2 weeks away from a drop. Yeah. Like they ain't heard no music from this. We have not put out a song yet. Yeah. And we number one in pre-orders.
Nothing, nigga. You know what I'm saying?
I think, to also add to answering your question, I remember watching this interview with 40, and E40 was like, when I was coming up, it was 1,000 niggas rapping. And I'm not the best. I talk about the shit that I love talking about. But the reason that I'm where I'm at and I'm still here is because I didn't quit. And
Nip say that, Hov say that. The genius is that ain't no genius to it. I just didn't quit. Like this,
I'm just consistent. I'm still here. I'm present. You know what I mean? And I think that for us, same with the whole like, what's the difference between the George Floyd versus Oscar Grants or Philando Castiles? It's like why did the straw break the camel's back? It's because it was 1 million straws under that last straw that got on top of it.
Exactly.
And it's like, all these songs we didn't put out, all these trials and tribulations we didn't been through, all these people that we've been saying, please buy my record, be there for me, come to my show, you get to New Parish and there's 30 niggas, you know what I mean? Like, all of that shit is all of the straws under, and this is the last straw that's on top of it. Like, hey, if you listen to it, cool. If you don't, cool. This shit hard. I don't know what to tell you. If you sleep, I can't keep trying to wake you up. You know what I mean? Like, this is what it is. And now it's like that level of confidence, that level of asshole is rubbing off. Contrary to what people believe. People love assholes. People love the guy who don't give a fuck. People love the guy who just say.
They love the wolves, man.
They love the guy who's like, this is who I am. I don't care what you think about me because humans are naturally pack animals.
And we everything that they wish they could be. Yeah. When you see niggas not really giving a fuck, you go to the movies and you love Joker because he finally broke and he finally don't give a. But you too scared. I just tweeted that. Nigga, everybody not scared how you scared. Yeah. You could be scared at the crib and don't want to do this, don't want to do that. We not them niggas. Yeah.
But so people admire that indifference in a way. You know what I'm saying?
They love it.
That's been part of your persona forever, nigga, is you don't give a fuck. And ain't no secret. Everybody gravitate toward it.
No, the music that we created is lawless. It's anarchy. Yeah. It's not following the rules of we gotta do hyphy to get heard in the back. You gotta do a commercial song with a
niggas made some music. And back to Mo's original question, that sort of scenario is extremely similar to why you sent me Kendrick this week because we were talking about last week. Like people had the nerve to go, yo, Kendrick been silent during all this shit. Fam.
Oh no, he not. One of these days we gonna wake
If
up.
I made blue
Butterfly.
how to pimp a butterfly, bruh, and you had the nerve to write why I've been silent during the fuck out of here. You ain't been listening. You couldn't have been
And
listening.
it's funny.
Yeah. That's it.
That's it. And they caught a picture of nigga at a protest.
Yeah.
I sent it to this guy like,
It's
see,
like
look,
you couldn't
y'all niggas don't even fucking know. Y'all just talking.
you just saying anything to be saying. It's Dave Chappelle's point in A46. It's like, wait, you worried about some celebrity right now? You can't really care about the content and the art that's being generated because you're looking. Your value is into something that don't have nothing to do.
I can't take a nigga going, niggas dying, niggas is shooting, the president tripping, coronavirus. Dave Chappelle. What?
Yeah.
Who gives a fuck what Ja Rule
Who the
thinks?
fuck was Ja Rule thinks right now?
He made
Nigga?
the thing. He
That's
said,
me.
You don't need to hear me.
Yeah.
I don't need to say.
It's
Y'all
people.
talking.
There are people that have dedicated their entire lives to moments like this. Their entire careers is dedicated to being prepared, having information, knowing how to organize, knowing how to delegate, all these different things. Killer Mike has been more than a rapper. So that we can listen to him, but don't shove a camera in fucking Lil Wayne's face and ask me to care what he has to say because he don't know.
That nigga's
Sicko. He has no idea. And you want to
crazy, bro. The ill shit is like it's crazy. It's kind of like for me with this shit, like because everybody be like, I'm in a group chat with partners who it's kind of their first go around with this like. I want to say fake revolutionary shit, but like it's kind of fake revolutionary shit where it's just like, oh, this is your first time being mad at some shit.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Oh, this is your first time understanding that this whole shit is some bullshit.
Yeah.
You know, we this whole time angry at, oh nigga, man, we gotta do this with our black dollar and we gotta do this shit. All this kind of hate. I'm like, bruh, I think it's different for me because I was raised on that shit, bro. Like, nigga, my pops with the Million Man March. Nigga had me watching Roots in second grade.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? Like, he had me later in his 20s. He had me when he was like almost 29.
Yeah.
So that's around the age he kind of got quote unquote woke.
Yeah.
So I'm getting raised in the shit. You know what I'm saying? So I'm riding to school every day from nigga 10th grade to senior year. 'Cause I ain't had no car. Nigga, I was riding. He dropped me off on the way to work, playing Dead Prayers RBG album every day. That shit never left his fucking. That shit was in his car for 10 years, nigga. Like I play that shit every fucking day. So it's just like, and again, to get it rap played in his car, you had to be talking about some shit.
Exactly.
You couldn't just be saying any fucking thing. You know what I'm saying? You had to be about some early Cube, Public Enemy. I remember that shit. But anything else, I had to go find it. Like, hey, he talking about some political shit that here. He won't listen to it other than that. Nigga, he not playing that shit. So it's just like that's kind of in my back of my mind. Like niggas gotta be talking about some shit, bro. You know what I'm saying? Even if it's not even some serious ass shit, it gotta be at least gotta make you think about something.
And that's it. And we've been having that conversation a lot lately, and demystifying what it is to be what flyness is, right? So for a long period of time, flyness is attached to being hella ignorant or not informed or ill-informed, better yet, or just not caring about information, and that ain't true. And we got to watch everybody praise Nip and mourn Nip and repost and all this shit, but he was one of the most informed people walking this planet. Read book clubs and if you really care, join this book club and apply the things he was implementing. If you want how bad people want to be the hoes and go get fucking informed. Right. But in fairness, to attach saying something to just being cool. Like again, what I said, like watching y'all evolve as men, being a norm and y'all make that shit look cool. Like I'm looking forward to fucking being a dad now. I'm looking forward to being a husband. You know what I'm saying? But it
slow down, champ.
Grand Pooba style, man.
you know. But no, real shit though. There aren't enough of the positive reinforced influences that make that shit look cool. You know, there is something to be said for that. Like, oh damn, that dude look fly though.
It's fucked up to me because the people that are from the Bay that know us and that tapped into all these different cities we represent, all these different hoods we done been to, how many songs we done put out, shows we done been, connections we have, all of that, for them to not see anybody who doesn't see themselves in us is just not for them. Yeah. Like throwing your pearls in front of swine, I just fully believe that. it's not for everybody. That's cool. If you want to take your shirt off and dance with your niggas, do that.
Yeah.
I'm not taking my shirt off with my niggas. That's not what I'm on. I'm just not on that type of time. So if this ain't for you, then it's cool. Like, I'm not about to be preaching to niggas though. If you don't understand that this is my contribution to give back to music and just sonically and lyrically, and I'm with people, and we preaching black power, and then you still don't support dope black shit.
Yeah.
Then keep doing your.
Let's say
keep
way
doing your
more.
cool
Let's say
shit.
way more about you than it will ever us.
Yeah, I don't give a fuck. Like, nigga,
And
do your
that's-
cool shit. It's good.
Yeah, and that's the brilliance of this, and everybody's temperament. Like, not pressed for nobody to hear it that ain't willing to do the work. Like watching Nas make hip hop. Nas was making hip hop was dead when some of the raw shit was coming out. I'll never forget being that confused by. Okay, and then the more lo-fi backpack niggas you talk to, I don't like that mainstream shit. It's like, bro, you just lazy. Because the most insane music has come out over the last fucking decade that no one knows about. I'm constantly able to have brand new conversations about some shit that came out 10 years ago. It's like, I didn't even know that came out.
Man, I had that shit all the time. Man, when this shit dropped, I'm like, this shit been out, nigga. Like,
And you talking about hip hop is dead. Fuck
Bro.
out of here, bro.
shit's a trip. I'll tell you, I was watching Howard Day, watching Little Brother perform with my partner, who I've been kicking with since 10th grade.
Man.
Little Brother came out when I was in 10th grade, and I've been listening to niggas since I was in 10th grade. We all kicked it the same time. We watching perform. Hey, who these niggas? Bro, these niggas is hard. I'm like, nigga, I've been listening to shit the whole time I knew you, bro. Like, what the fuck you talking about,
So,
bro?
yeah, I wasn't listening to this shit.
Bruh, he was like, nigga, I was playing nigga some other shit.
Man, but to be the biggest Drake fan, you know, like it happens every day.
I'm for sure the biggest Drake fan.
But again, that's why this project too hits at a perfect time, because people are being forced to be a little more introspective these days. You got a lot more time to sit with yourself.
No, they're not being forced. They think it's cool now.
Yeah,
Yeah. So
Same thing I was saying with Mo. Like, nigga, we was being called crazy, Malcolm X level type motherfuckers for having the same shit that's cool now.
right.
yeah.
We've been talking about this shit for
Oh man, niggas
years.
shit on East Coast.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. That's what they
Shit,
say.
You know what I mean? Like niggas been being ridiculed for what is being deemed cool today.
Yeah.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Niggas been going through the shit and standing on our square for years
Yeah.
and not letting somebody deter us, because most people, whether they want to admit it or not, are a level of follower.
Oh, for sure.
And we just wasn't about
Cheap.
to be following shit. We was like, I understand this is what people say it takes to make it in this region, but we gonna keep doing what we doing. And eventually it'll hit, and if it don't, we'll take our show on the road and send it to somebody who actually fuck with it. And I think that those type people, like you were saying, nigga, don't listen to your shit, but if you hit you about Griselda, it's like Griselda had reached that level of this is cool now. So then people were like, it's cool to talk about this.
And in
all-
fairness to Gunn and them, like they talk about the exact same shit we talking about. They're like, bro, like they can't. They even to this day with the acclaim and the recognition they get, they still feel slighted and from where they're from and in terms of who's putting on for New York now, you know, because it's technically they're Buffalo. So it's like they still have their sort of plight and how they see themselves as the underdog or whatever. But and all this shit is way more revealing about the consumer who's pretending and like sort of posing is way more, and like the person who that shit works where they constantly being promoted to and the phones is being hacked and it's like it's popping up. It's like, oh, we can sell to them because you gonna buy what you think the next person has, and what it that's music is the same way.
Yeah,
It's just-
inherited.
it's the
What
same
do y'all think this project gonna do
Come
in
on.
the Bay?
In the Bay?
Like not what it does, but like on a level culture wise in the Bay. Like when other artists hear this shit, you know, people who ears are for this shit. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Oh, they gonna want to fuck with the second one, then.
yeah, right. Like when
There
they
wasn't
hear, it, they gonna be
canon on
like,
the
nigga,
invite.
damn, I was doing that shit, nigga. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's gonna fuck them up. I think. You know what I'm saying? The people whose ears are, for, you know, the shit is for. Because you say you can't just, you know, what I'm saying, don't throw your pearls in front of swine. But some, you know, whoever you throw pearls in front of, you know what I'm saying? Like, them
They gonna pick
niggas
'em
when they
up.
hear it, like, you know what
Niggas
I'm
like
saying?
being dumb. They enjoy it.
You know what I'm
Like,
saying? But for the people who like whose ears are for our shit, I'm curious. I'm you know what I'm saying, like, yo, what's
Oh, the hope they is. I think they're gonna be like us.
they gonna be just
They
like,
just
oh
gonna
nigga, what's up with the
tap
next
in.
one? Like, you know what I'm saying?
Like the frequencies are gonna align.
It's
Yeah.
already happening. It's like
It's all
the energy is already
yeah.
speaking now. So now it's like used to have Monty by itself, and I might have some fans that fuck with my kind of music, but they also fuck with my kind of music. But to my fans, it's illegal to fuck with mine because they my fans.
That shit crazy.
Right.
That shit is
It's illegal.
crazy.
That shit weird.
So it's a Kev that got his music, and it's like, damn, I fuck with this nigga Kev, but I can't necessarily fuck with him publicly because I'm a Duece fan. The only way I could legally fuck with this nigga and be Duece's cousin or some shit is if he on the radio. See, if he on the radio, he jump ahead of the ideas of I can't fuck with him if he own, quote unquote own. So then it's like,
That's a loophole.
yeah, that's the loophole. So it's like all the other people, we all fighting for the same ass fans. Like I gotta get DB's fans, but I can't really do that if I'm not on. So how can I get a song on the radio? Then you gotta tap in.
You can have all
You gotta
five.
tap in with the Eagles. You know what I mean? I'm just saying. This is the shit that niggas be going through in their head over the years as an artist. But now it's like us being selfless and using our creativity and becoming the wolves in the same pack now. We eliminate the excuse for your fan to say I can't fuck with Duece.
Man, we did this shit wrong. We should have just dissed each other.
Right.
No, I mean, I was crazy. I was crazy. I fuck with y'all. I don't like niggas. Niggas know, bro. I don't be liking niggas, bro.
This is
like
breaking
shit,
down
bro.
that weird hierarchy though in the Bay.
That's
Like,
what for sure.
Hella
So
diss
after
tracks.
this, if people don't necessarily, and I'm talking about people that make music,
Yeah.
and specifically here in our area, if they don't like try to fall in line and try to fuck with our shit, it's going to be other projects that try to get on this same hype.
Oh, 100%.
And I'm gonna slap the shit
Oh
out
no,
of
that's
niggas.
for sure. But I mean, that's the
Fans are
effect, I
going to-
believe.
The fans are gonna come in. The fans that we already have are gonna come in and say, I have no reason to not fuck with any of these dudes on their solos afterwards because all these niggas is homies. I didn't know that.
You
know
think?
what I mean?
But you think niggas gonna start bite this shit and do like fucking
Oh, it's about to be hella crew.
hella weird little pockets
Oh,
and
yeah,
niggas
for
and
sure.
shit.
Hella crew.
Hey,
I
bro,
hope so,
hey,
though.
hey, nigga, we need points on all them albums, nigga.
Nah,
points
well, I
on
don't
that
want. That's what I'm saying. I know you joking.
Yeah, I'm joking.
But I
Yeah,
personally,
yeah.
I hope so.
No, that's
I
what
hope
I'm
it's
saying.
finally
You hope,
cool because
nigga,
niggas been on. I've been on like hood nerd shit, and I've
Yeah.
been on like it's cool to be da 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 da. Whoever you are, and still be with the rap shit, still be with the trap shit, still be with the smart shit. Still, it's cool to be nigga. There's nobody's one thing.
Yeah.
We act like we is. Niggas put on the mask and act like I'm just a thug nigga all day. But that's ridiculous.
Right.
So if you go out and y'all get inspired, y'all nigga make a crew that's like our crew, man, let us just help promote it. Let us just like tap in. Like
Yep.
or help us promote. Or you feel me? Yeah, like
And
I
at
mean,
the end
but
of the
I
day,
think
if
with
we
this shit
inspire
is-
shit like that, it's gonna be good for everybody.
But this shit is
anyway.
low key all intertwined because even with the Schenkel homies and shit, all them niggas,
That's family,
like,
that's
David
family.
Michael on the fucking
Man,
on the shit.
and
you
them
know what I'm
niggas are
saying?
amazing. Shout out to the whole Schenkel mob, bro.
So
Like,
it's like we out here, you know what I'm saying? It's pockets of niggas out here. It's just we was the ones that decided to come together on this shit.
Yeah.
But them niggas is alive. They out here.
alive
you know
and
what
well,
I'm saying?
and that was the whole point. Crews and collectives and groups are alive and well and having way more success because you're insulated by. I was telling Riga that a couple weeks ago, like finally feeling
Spider-Man
the
meme.
insulation of being around people.
You and that nigga.
This nigga's just fucking sicko.
I sent this nigga a fucking picture. This nigga like, bro, you got some new shit just came out.
this nigga sick,
I
bro.
hate this nigga mode, man. Fellas, anything else before we get out of here?
June 26th. Motherfucker
26th.
twice on Sunday.
Twice on Sunday, season one.
Grand
Oh,
Nationxl.
yes.
It's not all just about us. We here, but this crew run deep. It's a lot of people pulls. It's a lot of people that's in the crew. It's hella crews out there doing their thing, and it's always love for everybody that's on the same frequency. If you're not on this frequency, don't ask me when I got new shit coming out because you don't fuck with me and you don't fuck with us. So keep it that way.
That's
I don't
it.
know
I ain't got
what
nothing to say after that.
Straight like that. Straight like that.
You know what I'm saying, nigga?
Lex Bubble, you pulled a double today, brother. I appreciate you, man.
Alexios.
We appreciate you, man.
To everybody tuning in, subscribe to the YouTube page, hit the notifications. The Meet the Brave playlist will be out. This will drop later after the original episode. And appreciate y'all tuning in. It's been another episode of Meet the Brave. See
Meet
y'all
the
next week.
Brave.
Straight up, appreciate you,
You got
man.
Mariba. You got Mariba.